Good morning. Safety message for the week. It comes from the library, the source, from OSHA regarding heat stress. Objective, identify hazards that can result from working in hot environments, including physical signs, symptoms, and treatments of heat stress. Identify ways to protect yourself from heat stresses, including observing your employer's heat stress protective strategies, along with the preparations and practices. You need to know heat stroke is a very serious side of heat stress and attributes to almost 300 deaths yearly. If you're exposed to heat in your work environment and you work outside, it's likely that you will be then the risk of heat stress illness and injury that can have need serious attention. Those most affected by heat are those people working in outdoor conditions. Easy for us to forget about those working indoors when it's insufficient building insulation, ventilation, cooling, or with tasks with heat generated or warm conditions are required. Of course, the risk of working outdoors presents a greater risk depending on the regional setting. In the American Southwest, summer is simply hotter and climate's more rigid, if you will, than in other parts of the country. So risk of heat stress is naturally greater. It's important to be clear with heat stress can and does happen when working inside for many occupations. Critical for those that must work in extremely hot conditions, understand types of heat stress and ways to protect and prevent related injuries and illnesses. Heat stress can result from a heat stroke, exhaustion, heat cramps, or even heat rashes. Heat can also increase the risk of other injuries to workers as it may result in sweaty palms, which make gripping activities more difficult. Fogged up safety glasses make it hard to see. Dizziness can make working at heights dangerous. Burns may also occur as a result of accidental contact with hot surfaces. Steam and sunlight. Heat can exuberate high-risk working conditions to another level. Let's walk through some common effects of heat stress. All right? Describes fainting, dizziness can occur when in the activities of hot environments. Factors may contribute that include dehydration, the lack of acclimatation to the environment, the heat. Symptoms include lightheadedness, dizziness, fainting, dry mouth, excessive thirsting, and sweating, headache, and possible nausea and vomiting. You should treat workers with heat issues by having them sit down in cool places. Slowly drink water, clear juices, and shortage sports beverages, if you will, and cool their body with water. Heat cramps usually affect workers that sweat a lot during strenuous activity, like construction, who use the entire body over the course of the day. Symptoms: heat cramps usually include muscle pain and spasms in the abdomen, arms, and legs. To treat heat cramps, first, stop all activity, sit down in a cool place. Drink clear juice or sports beverage, preferably one with electrolytes. The body's craving salt in these situations, and that's why we got to recognize the call for pickled juice as a remedy for muscle cramping. Heat rash is skin irritation caused by excessive sweating during hot, humid weather. The heat rash will typically resolve in a few hours or days without medical attention. Employers can implement several actions. Schedule maintenance, repair of jobs outside of hot work times. During the hottest, plan work that's done in shaded areas, exposing them. Reduce physical demands. Consider other physical jobs and take extra breaks. Make sure to avoid drinking caffeine, alcohol, large amounts of sugar. Provide adequate rest with water breaks in cool areas. Provide for increasing air cooling, if possible, through the air conditioning or fans. Keep in mind that using fans will help keep the worker cooler, but can reduce awareness of loss of fluids. In heat of the worker should wear light-colored, loose-fitting, breathable clothing, such as cotton. Avoid non-breathing synthetic clothing as much as possible. Remember that certain personal protective equipment can add suffocating insulation that can compound heat stress. And result perspiration, or in which extra precautions should be taken. Hazmat suits and etc. So, effective, what do we need to do in closing? Remember this: water, shade, and rest. And someone should be in charge, including having a buddy. That is my message for the week. Stay safe, everyone.